Welcome you all in this educational video of an iOS. This is subject, library and information science. Code number for this subject is 339. This video is for senior secondary level. Lesson name is shown on the screen. This is lesson 5, overview of information sources. This video is part 5. We already have discussed in our previous video about the primary sources of information, secondary sources of information, and tertiary sources of information. In this video, we will talk about the documentary sources of information. It has two forms. The first one is paper-based documentary sources. And the second type of documentary sources are documentary sources on other medias. So these are the two main types of documentary sources of information. This is the B part. It talks about the non-documentary sources of information. Non-documentary sources of information are those sources which are not recorded in any form. Under this category comes number 1, human. As a non-documentary source. Number 2 comes the organizations as non-documentary sources. So this one is this number 2, organizations as non-documentary sources. And then number 3, mass media other than print media as non-documentary sources. It can be any type of mass media. And the fourth point is internet as a non-documentary sources. Here, let us now understand the development of information sources in a historical overview. You have learned in the previous sections about the different sources of information, and also we learned how we categorize them. The description of information sources is not complete until we study how these sources have developed over a period of time. In this section, you will study in brief the historical development of these sources. So these are basically 6 in numbers. Point 1, early books. These are the previous initial records which were kept as a proof or which were in print. Point 2, development of printed books and other sources. They are on different topics. Point 3, emergence of periodicals. So there are different types of periodicals. Some are monthly, some are quarterly, some are yearly. So all that is kept as a record. Point 4, emergence of electronic sources. Since the time the electronic sources were started, so all the records are kept. Point 5, emergence of mass media. We know that earlier the machineries were used to be very big or large in size, but as the time is passing by, the size is reducing. Point 6, emergence of Internet and World Wide Web. Since the beginning of the information revolution, a lot more changes has happened. Thank you.